Hello, it's Paul Griffiths here again from Client Advocates. Today I'm joined by Melanie Lewis. Melanie is the Head of Business Development at Maru Matchbox. Hi, Mel.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. And Mel and I talk a lot about sales and business development and how to go through the process and make it more enjoyable and effective, both for people selling and the people being sold to. And one of the things we've talked a lot about is authenticity in the sales process and actually how it's really, really important. So we thought what we'd do today is just have a quick conversation about the benefits of authenticity in the sales process and how to actually what's good and what the advantages of it are. So Mel, obviously this is kind of your area of specialism. It's kind of what you really know about. Can you give us your sense of your theory of authenticity?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably a harder question than I thought it was going to be to answer, if I'm completely honest. When we started discussing this, it felt really simple and quite easy to articulate. But I think what I've kind of, nestled this down to is a concept of authenticity working really closely with trust. So it's really hard to trust somebody if you get a sense that they're not being authentic. Like it's something that's very obvious, like people can sniff it out a mile away. And a sales conversation, a sales relationship without trust is really hard work. Like we need on both sides of that conversation to trust one another in order to really understand what the challenges are, to know where the business is at, for people who are doing the selling to kind of really trust that the solution they're putting forward is going to answer that. So there needs to be a sense of trust between those two individuals. Yeah. And in my experience, authenticity brings that to life. Like you get a really good sense of who that person is and kind of how you engage with them and how you connect with them. And I suppose the kind of end goal in all of this is to have successful relationships and successful partnerships. And again, I think if you've got trust in the midst of that, then it's something that, goes beyond a project. It goes beyond a proposal. It really does generate those kinds of long-lasting relationships.
Okay, so it's a win-win essentially.
Absolutely. Okay. And I think you can see it at every step of the process. So if you've got authenticity, if you've got that trust, then you get to the kind of challenges that client's got in a different way. Like you can really dig underneath the skin of what questions they're trying to answer, which means your solution is better developed. It's going to answer the questions better, and ultimately you end up with a much better end result. And it feels nicer. It's more enjoyable. Like I think that's the other side of this, is that it's really hard work to be anybody other than yourself. So if you're bringing a different persona into that sales conversation, then not only, as I say, can some people see straight through it and just won't want to engage with you, but even if they don't, it just feels harder. It feels harder on both sides.
Yeah. So I mean, in the end, I guess the old maxim "people buy people" feels the authenticity piece feels really, really like that's the key to that. Is that fair?
Yeah, I believe so. And I think it's it's quite a brave thing to do. Like I think the people buy from people, I think is a really nice summary, but it's not necessarily easy to do. And I think certainly, as we're all trying to bring our A game into those conversations, it is quite difficult sometimes to bring your own personality and to kind of be a bit vulnerable by being yourself through those conversations. And I also think we need to maybe acknowledge sometimes that we won't find that natural fit, and actually that's of nobody's fault. It's just the fact that you gel with some people better than you gel with others. And so I think a little bit of acknowledgement that kind of personality can it can work with us and it can work against us, I think is important.
Okay, brilliant. Mel, so we're going to do another talk, I think, about actually how you bring authenticity into the sales process. But for the moment, thank you so much for that. That's been absolutely fascinating. I'm sure people will love to hear your thoughts.
That's great. Cheers, Paul.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Bye now. Bye.